Grand Chief on Tremblay. You're next, please.
Wait. Agora College Kolpa Wolastoq. Maybe you Louis Bad of Wolastoq. Nadanit Zip. What the Liban Web Wolastoq did. Suppose I was at the 7 and believe is she's all nailed to Wolastoq Gawi. Gizigati mit Nagam Muslims, Gizio, Dutch with them, Skijina Wado, Ibital Skijin. Good we got them Opa, Eli Dodge Skijin. Good we the get Egoism Wado, where the back snail. Gotha was Weijing and Malton Weijing. Now I'll translate. I was waiting for the mayor to translate.
Thank you. Thank you.
I believe Wayne and I are the only two people who can claim we are the original people that stand on this land. My grandfather taught me that I should always speak my language first, because that is the language, that the land, how we communicate to the land, to the trees, the animals, insects, the birds, the fish, the water, all of creation. I'm here to share with you the indigenous philosophy, science, and spirituality. Our traditional people has always taught us when we put our feet on the ground first thing in the morning that we must be thankful. From the center of our great Mother Earth to her surface and all that lies in between, life beneath our feet. That life beneath our feet is what really sustains us as human beings and all of creation. That center core of lava, the aquifers of water, that rich earth sustains all of our lives. And we need that. We cannot continue on destroying earth, trees, water, and air. And on the surface, and I'll give you a lesson there, the reason why I use the word skijin, we're all skijins here. Skijin derives from the word skiju, means on the surface, and that jin at the end is when you're connected to that earth. We're all two-legged people here who stand up and who are connected to this earth. We're all skijins. That's why we have to take time and be patient before we move ahead. Before any projects move ahead, are we destroying something that will eventually harm our children and our grandchildren and the future? We have to think about those things. We live in a very fast-paced world. We need faster computers, faster phones, faster food. But where has that got us? We're all fat. Well, not all of us, but from fast food. And we get lazy. We don't visit no more. We're not humans no more. You see too many of this, too much of that. And you know, I'm one of them too. On that stupid computer, I know. But back to the earth, our greatest mother. She gives us everything we need. Food, clothing, shelter. She produces those magnificent dinosaurs of trees at the Officer Square that helps us breathe, that gives us the natural air conditioning in the summer, which I love sitting down and watching concerts there. It's a beautiful place to do that. Water. We have to be thankful for water. The rivers, the streams, the brooks, the marshes, the lakes, the oceans, and all the life that's in and around water. Wayne's going to get some water right now, see? I've fasted numerous of times, 4 days without water and food. And believe you me, that first little sip of water at the end of 4 days means the world to you. That's why that Wolastoq, that beautiful and bountiful river, means so much to us. We are Wolastoq. We are people of that beautiful and bountiful river. That's why we have to reclaim that name. We are Wolastoq, and Wolastoq is us. Now, all that's on the earth that we can continually and continuously destroy, the clear cutting, the spraying, must stop. And when we wake up, we're thankful for all of that. The four-leggeds, the winged, the creepy crawlers, mosquitoes, even, you know, and the fish, because they're all a part of this big web of life. And in our creation story, which I'm glad that I don't have to tell the creation story, because it takes 3 days to tell. Okay, 10 minutes. But anyway, but within that creation story is that beautiful explanation how life all is webbed together. And that humans were created last. And I wonder why. We're the most destructive. And when we look up, in the first thing in the morning, because my name, my traditional spiritual name, means that first light that comes up over the east, is that we thank our oldest grandfather, the sun, and our oldest grandmother, the moon, and Father Sky, and all the stars that balance all what's above us. That's all part of this web of life. So what I'm really trying to get at here is a clear explanation of how our indigenous philosophies, science, and spirituality is connected to every living thing.
Please, 1 minute. Thank you.
And in every case, if you read the papers, the world papers, in all the struggles that indigenous people have around the world, it has to do with land. We're always trying to protect the land. Not for just us, but for all people. For you, for your children, for all of your children and all of your grandchildren. That's why we want to protect that sacred site there. And may I remind you that 2 years ago at the United Nations Permanent Forum, that Indigenous Minister Carolyn Bennett announced to the world that the United Nations Declaration of the Indigenous Rights that Canada fully supports it without qualification. Meaning we have a right to have free, prior and informed consent before anything moves forward.
Yes.
We were never consulted. And the 94 calls to action from the Truth and Reconciliation confirms that all these rights, these collective rights that we have to the land, we have a right to say no. And as Wolastoq Grand Chief, and no disrespect, Mayor and Council, but we say no.